work day. But y'all know the deal. Your girl is in here making it happen. Um, yeah. So this story here, it's funny. I was thinking about what I was going to title it, but I'll figure out where my mind goes while I'm telling it. Um, this story is about one of my dear friends. Um, his name is Stephen Joseph. We've been friends for I think I met him when I was maybe about 24, 23, 24, something like that. Anyway, so here we go. I had dated this guy in college. We break up. And I had a roommate, and I decided to live on my own. So this is my first apartment, and I am in Clemens, North Carolina. It's a one bedroom, but it's beautiful. It's on the third floor, really spacious. It was a very nice apartment. This is like the first time I am really doing it, just out here by myself. I had my license, cosmetology license, and so I was working for a kind of an agency where what I did was did behavior assessments for this girl who had to attend a independent. It was called Independence. It was alternative school. It was called Independence High School, an alternative school in Winston-Salem. So I'm doing that, and I'm also working at the salon a couple of nights a week, and then maybe every other weekend or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, that's my life. Go to work during the day, take a break, go back to work, and work at the salon, whatever nights I was working. And then if I did it on the weekends, then cool. If not, I don't know. I did something on the weekends. I may have done nothing. I don't even remember, which is very interesting. Anyway, so this one night I get off work from the salon. I think the salon closed like 8 o'clock. I get off work from the salon and I go to a Subway that's down the street from my house. I walk into the Subway and I see this gorgeous man. I'm talking about like model jawline, baseball player, like you play. You ain't on the bench. A baseball player, build. Just he was just such a, he was beautiful. Very, very, very nice looking man. He's working at at the Subway. So I don't know what was said, but by the time it's time to go, he done got my telephone number, which is so interesting. Now that wouldn't surprise me because I am all of that, but that's just me talking right now. But back then, I was very insecure. Like I said, I just come out of a relationship. I think I probably had a little bit of depression right after that, but I was just getting back into the swing of and starting really my life. Like I said, that's my first apartment. It was like, Nitra, you out here now. You working, you done got these licenses, that you wanted. Here you are. So I still wasn't in the mindset of thinking that I was beautiful and I would hate to say worthy. That's probably a little extra. But, a lot of insecurities. Anyway, he got my telephone number. And so I was flabbergasted. I'm sure I was calling. And I'm at the point, we can't We ain't got no phone, so it ain't like we taking pictures and texting nobody. That wasn't a thing at all. So it was just conversation on the phone. Let me tell you about this guy. Oh, he looked like this. Da, 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 da. That's just what it was. Anyway, we end up talking, and we went out a couple of times and all that good stuff. He tells me that he is a part of the Nation of Islam. Immediately, he was not that cute no more. Because that 22, 23-year-old Nitra was very judgmental based on her own experiences. If it ain't done this way, it ain't supposed to be done. And so all the stuff that I had been taught and what I've always heard, that's just what it was. And there was never a conversation about why there was a problem with the nation. So that's what it was. However, in the midst of me feeling that, or having those thought processes, my heart said, but this is a good guy. And it must have, because we've been friends all this time. There still was never for me anyway, a thought of marrying him. However, I decided I'm going to move back to Charlotte, and I sublet my apartment to him. And we have this long conversation, and he says that based on his teachings in the nation, he needs to marry a woman that's a part of the nation. And they done found a woman for him to marry. Girl, the more I tell the story, I think that is amazing that he even did that. He found this woman he was very serious about the nation at the time. This, the woman that I need to marry, and, we are, close to the same height. Like, he went down this whole long, about why they were good matches for each other. The very interesting, even more interesting part is she knew that he was at my house, because he would just, we'd be hanging out. And I feel like something happened, because she knew me. We went to Winston State together. Did I forget to tell y'all that part? Anyway, I don't. She knew me, and she knew he was at the house, and so whatever. I was getting ready to move back to Charlotte, so we was cool. He was, he was like, but if it wasn't for this, then me and you. I was like, I got it. It's cool. He came with me to he packed my stuff up in the car and brought me back. We drove my car and we came to Charlotte, and he unpacked the stuff and put it in the house. Like, he was just a really good guy. Very, very hands-on. If something needs to be done, he gonna do it. He have no problem using his hands to make it happen. And he talks, he's just very, he can talk to anybody about anything, and he can talk. Anyway, years go by. I'm sure we may have kept in contact a little bit right after I moved back to Charlotte, but not so much. Anyway, years go by, and this thing that everybody uses now called Facebook, which is second nature, was just getting started. And he, at the time, he sent me a message, but I never got it. 10 years go by, and then this message pops up. I was like, that is Steve. So you're super excited. So he leaves a number, and so I was like, I wonder if this is the right number. So by this time, we can text. The phones, everybody got phones that text by this time. So I text him, hey, I hope this is still your number. I just saw your message from years ago. That phone rung immediately. on immediately. So he was like, man, what is going on? He was just so excited. We both were very excited to talk to each other. He was like, I'm on my way back from Atlanta right now. Can you come meet me? Absolutely. So we met at, I don't know, Cracker Barrel or something on right at 85 by the airport. We sat in there and talked and laughed and, all that kind of stuff. So we go on. Time goes on. We meet up and we have another dinner and, just having a good time. He gets very sporadic. Now by this time, in my mind, I was like, are we going to try to date? Like, what? But whatever. We ain't calling it nothing. We just having a good time. We laughing and cutting up and just doing whatever it is. Anyway, so, he'll say stuff like, I'll be in town Thursday. I'll call you. Okay, cool. Thursday come. The next Thursday. Nothing. So I sent him a text. You all right? Eventually, he will, call back. Or he'll send me a text. Hey, I'm calling you tonight at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock come. And another 12 hours of 10 o'clock comes. No call. I was like, he is a trip. Now, it never, because, we dating, no. But friendship, yes. So I was like, what is the deal? I said, you know what? I can consistently depend on you being inconsistent. That is it. Consistently inconsistent. He hollered laughing. I said, that's who you are. That is who you are. And it's one of these things where I don't care how long it is. I might call him once a week for 4 weeks. Normally, that's not a thing. If you ain't answering the phone, Nitra's just not going to call no more. Like, you can be cut off real quick. Like, my cutoff action is done. Like, but with him, I never get that. I feel like I need to be the person that checks in on him. That's just been, where we've developed the relationship to. But the first of the year, I'm calling. I'm texting. And nothing. And it wouldn't, I would call and I wouldn't think about it anymore. And then eventually he'd come back up in my spirit and I'd just send a text or send a call. But now it's like every day I'm calling. I was like, something's, I don't know why I'm calling, why he coming up so often. But what I've just realized, and when I say just realized, within the last week or so, I believe my friend has bipolar disorder. When I tell you his mind runs, he can stay up all night and just go. And then he goes through periods where he is ghost. I won't hear from him. The first of the year, when I was doing all that calling, maybe it was into March before I got him back on the phone. He said he just couldn't do it. It was a Friday when I finally got him on the phone. He said, give me until Sunday. And then Monday, I'm getting up and I'm going to get back into living. I said, all right, you got to Monday. I'll fuss about anything. Monday came, bling, bling, I'm calling. And he answered the phone. He said, it's Monday. I'm up. I'm moving. I asked him, were you still taking a bath and eating? He said he was taking a bath and brushing his teeth, and he'd eat sometime. But it's very interesting. Very manic. Then not so much. When I tell you I just thought about that, sometimes you don't really know why you deal with people. You don't know why the relationship. Y'all, when I tell you we was not supposed to be friends based on how I grew up, we just weren't supposed to be friends. And this, after this long period of time of him being ghosted and, changing his telephone number every 15 minutes, it was supposed to not be a friendship based on other friendships. This is 100% the reason why I know we're supposed to be friends. I don't know if he has anybody that checks on him, because he can be mean. He can be a whole jackass. Very smart. Smart. No, that's not the word. Very intelligent. And can definitely talk his way around a whole bunch of stuff. But what do you do? Being his friend is something that I've been called to do. And that's what I got to do. My goddaughter came in today. She's finished her first year at App State. And I was telling her about a client that I had that went to a Christian-based school, Christian-based college. It was a university. And she would tell me about, she come and just tell the stories about the people that she went to school with, and how their focus was to get to school and hook up with somebody so they could get married, because they needed to be married so they could have sex. But like, all of her friends had the same thought process and pattern to their lives. Now, I'm not blaming this on what I said to her, but it is a coincidence. I haven't seen her or heard anything from her since the pandemic happened. But I just said, you might want to find some people that have different views on life than you. And maybe just have a conversation with them. Not that anybody's trying to change your mind, but I do believe that there's a word that I'm trying to think of, y'all, and I just can't think of it right this second. It'll come to me. Having experiences and resources from other thought processes and other beliefs help to enrichen who you are as a person. Exposure. Child, that word did not want to come. It gives you exposure to other things, and it just strengthens you. It strengthens your knowledge base. It strengthens your tolerance for people in life, because you see a person and you've got to know them as who they are and not necessarily what their belief is. And it helps you to be a better person. So I don't think their family liked me saying that. And that's all well good and fine. I still 100% believe it. I met this atheist, which was very interesting, because for a long time I never knew personally anybody who didn't believe in God that was black. Just didn't. Now I know there are people out there, but I didn't know them. Not on a personal level. Met him, cool guy. Just if I ever needed anything. The thing is that all of these people who may have different beliefs from me, if Nitra ever says she needs something, they're dropping things to get to where she is. That's based on the connection and the relationship. Ain't got nothing to do with how people believe, what people believe about this, that, and the third. So I was sharing that with my goddaughter. And she was like, I understand that, Nitra. I just think it helps you. It definitely helped me. I think Steve is an amazing person. I really do. Some of his ways, they just not mine. Therefore, we just divot around the different ways that, we don't see eye to eye. But it doesn't change that I think he's a great person. Period. Did I tell y'all that Steve had been to jail? Top 5 of people who I would call to protect me. Top 5. Never would he let nothing happen to me. And I'm talking about ever. Now, that's if I can get him, because he's... he ain't consistent about being nowhere. But if I could get him, on the line, he'd be right. He'd be right there. Anyway, oh, that was a good story. When I tell y'all that Joker is gorgeous. Now he done gained some weight and he done lost some hair. But when that Joker talk and he smile, one of the best. But just there's a guy on Facebook Reels that does it's Adam. If y'all ever see Adam, I don't know Adam's last name, but he does funny little short videos. But he smiles. Oh, that smile, that is the same smile. Immediately I was like, oh, that reminds me of Steve. That smile would just, oh, that Joker got a smile on him. Anyway, hope that helps y'all. Try to get, just give people a chance. They might look different from you. They might have different viewpoints. But sometimes you'll gain a real good friend. You will. So that's it. Hope y'all have a good one. Bye.